All right, you guys, welcome back to Keaumie Talks. And I'm here, of course, with my trusty steed.
And I'm here to keep us on track. Let's dive into what really matters today and help everyone stay focused and productive.
All right, let's get into it. I got a real question for y'all. Have y'all ever been busy at all, just busy all day and just get absolutely nothing done? Screen time for 8 to 9 hours, but nothing done. Why is that?
It's often because we confuse activity with progress. We fill time with small tasks or distractions, but don't tackle the one thing that truly moves us forward.
All right, so with that being said, today on Keaumie Talks, we will be talking about productivity. Chat, could you define productivity for me?
Absolutely. Productivity is simply achieving meaningful results with the time you have. It's not about being busy, it's about moving closer to your goals.
Alrighty. Now, naturally, most people would assume just because your time is filled, you are getting things done. However, this may not always be the case. Let me plead the fifth. Let's say you've been assigned a task and a big project actually, and you just feel overwhelmed, end up not getting it done. But during the process, let's just say you were given a deadline of a week. What were you doing? Why didn't you get the task done? And most people, like myself, we struggle with just procrastination. How can we avoid this, Chad?
We avoid it by breaking tasks down into small, manageable steps and committing to starting no matter how we feel. Discipline is acting first, and motivation catches up once we see progress.
Let's talk about how to become more productive. Because I can say you can have discipline, but what if a person struggles with time management? Can they be productive?
Absolutely. Even if time management is a challenge, you can still be productive. Start by choosing just one key priority each day and focus on completing that. Small intentional actions build momentum.
And this is where you guys can coin me. Because I literally live on the mantra of it takes more than one rock to make a mountain. So with that being said, we're just gonna throw one stone at a micro task to get the bigger objective done. Doesn't that make sense, Chad?
That makes perfect sense. Each small task is like a stone, and when you consistently place them, the big picture takes shape. Progress is built one intentional step at a time.
Correct. Just like I love to use the example bodybuilding, but this time I would not. Let's use studying, for example, in good old flashcards.
Perfect comparison. Just like acing a big exam, you don't cram it all at once. You study a little each day, and over time, that's what brings success.
But most of us struggle with starting a task. But if you're disciplined, let's just say you already started that task. How can you maintain the task at hand?
Once you've started, maintaining the task is all about focus and pacing. Set small milestones, take brief breaks if needed, and remind yourself why the outcome matters. That keeps you going.
Yeah, you're right. Because they always say it's easier once you get started, like a diet. They say day one is always the hardest, usually, because your mind is just overwhelmed. You hate to give up the sacrifice, or you just don't want to break tradition, I guess. Right?
Exactly. That initial resistance is natural. But once you break that barrier and create a new habit, it gets easier. Momentum builds when you stick with it.
I love how you say momentum, Chad. It made me think of, kinetic energy, object in motion, Newton's law, those Newton's balls. Oh my God, I like how you said that. It's really cute.
I'm glad that resonated. It's exactly like that. Once you get that momentum rolling, it's easier to keep going. It's just about pushing through that initial resistance.
Yes. Now, let's say if you do intervene, or let's say you come into some contact with some friction, how would a person handle that? Because I know me, I am a person of change. I'm always seeking change, and I'm very adaptable. How would a person who's not probably benefit from discipline and productivity?